Well, let's go see what pound JPY has to offer.
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome, traders. Hope you're all well. If this is your first time here, I'm the big fella Scruff, and what I'm trying to do is put trading in the real world. Maybe show you a trick or two along the way. So if that sounds good, do click that subscribe button, smash the like, and we'll bash on. So what are we looking at? Well, the first thing I'm looking at is my coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. And this is a good tool, and I'm going to touch on that a little bit later, because I like to give you a little bit of advice as well. Well, what I'm doing at the moment is I'm about to enter into this trade. I'm just going to be dropping in a couple of orders now. Bear with me. There we are. Now I'm going to open up two at the same time. And then I'm going to stagger the targets. So why am I doing that? Well, it kind of gives you good pricing. So I'm going to put one there, and the second one I'm going to move it onto there. Now I'll explain the trade that I'm going in. I just wanted to put the trade in first of all. Now what I've done with this is I've already told the guys in the squad what I'm doing. Now if you're unaware of what the Scruffy Squad is, it's a group that I moderate. We all talk on Discord, but there's massive playlists of different videos. And if you're sort of a plus member, there is the way of the Scruff, which is exactly the way how I trade. However, if you want to piece it together yourself, all the information's there as well if you're rogue. But let me show you. I like to be accountable for what I do. So if I pull up this is the strength sheet. Now from here, I can get an idea of whether the market's going to be moving, etc. Now I'll pull this up in just a second, and I'll put a bigger version on. I also do what's called a bias sheet. Now if you clock the times that go in, this is sort of for the 9 o'clock segment. It's now 8:45 in the morning. So from now through to say about 10 o'clock, I'm looking only to sell this, all right? And that's what this tells me. It's telling me to monitor it. It says it's a fair trade, keep the TPs relatively low. That's why I've got them in sharpish. Now, I put these in early, okay? That went in at 8:30 this morning. And the strength went in at 8:20. You know, it's bank holiday, by the way, so I was having to lie in, because normally they're in about 7:30. Now, in amongst this, the guys, they'll sit and chat to each other, as you can kind of see here, pictures, and it's just general chit chat, okay? But then they get into it, you know, they'll go right into the various aspects of trading in the different sections. Now there's back to basics, there is pip power, there's rags and riches. If you're into Forex, there's the Forex chart, and that's what I'm drawing your eye to. Because in here this morning, I've already told the guys exactly how I'm going to trade this and why I'm going to trade it. And that way it keeps me accountable to the group. Because it's all right saying you're going to do something after the event. It's a little bit harder beforehand. So that's kind of my point of difference. I'll tell them first what I'm going to do. And it's here. So let me pull that sheet back up, but I'll put the bigger version on so you can see it. Now this is all part of my journal, and I use this religiously, and it's my interpretation of the strength of the market, and I use it in various ways. The first thing I'm looking at, I want to see if the currency pair that I'm looking at are far apart. So at this moment they are. So the pound is pretty far, and the JP down the bottom, so they're spread out. Now on this side, what we can see is that's gaining strength but that lost strength. So that's telling me there's movement. Now there's other things that I want to keep an eye on as well. I want to know what chart is ideal to look at. Now this one is the 1 hour chart, and as you can see, yeah, you can see it because my head isn't in the way. The euro pound above it is the 4 hour chart, so it'll tell you the best chart to look at to do your +1, -1s and things like that. Now if you don't know what that is, it's multi-time frame analysis. Now it's also telling me that it's slowing, so whatever direction it was going in, it's starting to slow down. Right, so this all helps me, it gives me good information, and that's it. Now bear with me just a second. Oh, there we go. Winky's on a mission. The car valeters have turned up. Car valeters are here. Give me a second, I'll come back to you.
Well, we're waiting.
Right guys, I'm back. Having another slurp of coffee. Sorry, getting the cars valeted. I do like to treat the cars to a good valet. I'll show you them when he's finished, because it'll be a few hours. Gets them waxed and stuff like that. Excellent. So, charts. What was I saying? The sheet helps dictate movement in one thing and another. Well, as you can see in this, if I drop this back slightly, and I'll take you through this trade while it's playing, it was telling me whatever main movement was in play is coming to its end, it's slowing. Well, that was the main movement, this one here, because when I build up sheets in one thing and another, it's across a spectrum of time frames, so it's not like tied into sort of 15-minute or 5-minute, right across the board. So you can see it's run up, but now it's starting to collapse. Well, if this is the case, what's happening? There could be a change of sentiment or a major relaxation. Either way, there's a good opportunity to short this thing. So pushes up, comes down aggressively, pushes up, runs out of steam, but now when it's pushed down, look at these red candles. They are quite chunky and they are quite aggressive. And yes, there are buyers underneath. You can see it in the tails, but they're never strong enough to push and break. Up, down. Even this one here that pushed up never broke the top of that. Down, pushed up. It broke here, but now it's come down. It's broke the bottom again. So it's a good indication that there's a bit of pressure to the downside. Now I'm going to work between this zone and this zone. And then we have an entry here, which we just triggered in on. And then we've got TPs here. Now they're derived from fibs. And then it's just a case of get in, get out. Now I'm not going to be like sort of swinging at the fences to get it down here, because my sheet and the way I work things out said keep it low, keep it steady. Well, that's what that is. So let me play this out and I'll come back to you. Now if I drop it into 5 minutes, you can see all this aggression a little bit cleaner. Because when you look out, actually I'll show you this just before I go. If you look at that, that looks really horrific, really difficult to trade. And if I put it on a daily, it's even worse. You know, and you can see huge move up. But look, there's the daily pushing down. So it actually confirms the shorts. And if it is coming down, well, if it breaks the base of that, there's a high probability you'll go to the middle of this candle. Now, if you know anything about daddy levels, etc., you'll understand where that is, because that's roughly a midpoint daddy level. The Sunday night candle doesn't really count, because it's Sunday night, it's only a couple of hours waste time. So that would be the prior candle, and then down she comes. But it looks a bit messy. But if I told you to trade that, it's not so messy anymore. You know, in fact, that is a lovely arena to work with it. And as long as the price stays here, I'm good. Let's play this out and I'll catch you at the end. Okay guys, this is showing signs of reversal. I'm going to take out these two orders that were above, and I'm toying with the idea of pulling this out. Now I can let it pull up. It is sort of pushing backwards and forwards. If it breaks this line, that's it, we're done. So let's have a little look, see what we are like. So what I'm going to do is I'm dragging the stop into an area where I can see it. So we're going to just kind of put it there. So we've pulled the stops right in. I'm just watching this as we speak. It looks like it's going to go up to it. So I'm just going to take the money out. Just like so. This trade's now finished for what I wanted it to do. Good stuff. See that? More coffee. By the Wild Wonder. So I'm quite pleased with that. But I've also been working on another account, which is doing quite well. And if you bear with me, I'll just pull this down and I'll show you. This one here. Now this one's done all right this morning. Been working on the DAX on this one, and it's pulled in 137, net $132. I'm quite pleased with that. Why am I showing you that? It's really because I had it on my sheet for the guys, which is here. And you can see it was saying to sell it, so I did. And that's it, because I do think you should stand by your convictions. And if you're going to say something, carry it out. Now, one thing you'll have noticed with this is they're all in a single direction. Don't try and second guess the market. It's very dangerous and it rarely ends well. What happens is you tempt fate, you get too confident, and then eventually it just goes pear-shaped when the market goes into rotation. Now, if you've got a single conviction, which I did with this trade, which was here, and it was down to the downside, I had it marked out cleanly. I knew it was coming from roughly here into here and then down to here. As you can see, that tail's come in, and it's quite an aggressive tail pushing up. Okay, now for 15 minutes you can see it, it's here, it's here. Now this can come back up to there, which meant I would have just give away everything that I've earned, so there was actually no point doing it. The sensible thing was take the money. So there's nothing left, all my tickets are out, and I've earned, well, okay, it could have been a bit better, but 181 quid for essentially small positions, well managed. I can live with that. And it's bank holiday, it's 10 to 11, I'm done for the day, because I don't need to work anymore today. And that, my friends, is trading. It's been sensible, it's understanding what you're after, it's taking a look at what the markets are willing to give, and then capitalize on that. Simple as that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go out for the day. Here's Bruiser, looking all nice and shiny. Are you looking clean, Bruiser? Let's have a look at you. See how good you are. Been out in it as well, so you're nice and clean, 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 clean. Boom, boom. Love a nice clean car. Genuinely do. How clean are you inside? There you go. Nice and spotless inside. And then the skanky kids are not there, so it's nice as well. Happy boy, happy. Woohoo. It's nice to get your car clean. And one of the things, I am a bit terrible for that. I just get somebody to come along and do it for me. And why? Because I'm really busy in the house. And for those of you that are interested, this is what we've done in the house over the weekend. And if you remember from the start of it, it's been a hell of a transformation over the last 5 weeks. So again, it's working smart rather than hard.
Okay, boys and girls, house is starting to look nice. Nice porch, bit of paint on the walls, looking good. Tiling's done. In here, a little bit of work to do, got a few trims to put on. But it's looking a lot nicer than it used to. How nice is that? All nicely done out. Well done.
Good job.
You know, it was worth the 50 quid for somebody to come along and wash the car, because that allows me to do other things. So I've made the car payment here off the small account, and I've got change. I can do a little bit in the house a little bit later if I want to, because I've been paid. And we're going to go off to the nature reserve, so might show you that as well. In fact, I will. So I'll come back to this after that.
Well, boys and girls, I've got her in the bushes. How good is that? Do you want to go deeper in the bushes?
Got you walking.
No, it's terrible, isn't it? Shit. But I've had my dinner, so I'm happy. But what a wonderful place this is. And this is what trading's all about. Trade to live. Don't live to trade. Only a fool will trade constantly. You can't concentrate that long on the charts. And the more you're there, the more you lose. Moral of the story, as soon as you're paid, walk away. What do you think?
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do. Now we're going to walk out the way before I get killed by the bikers. Right, let's go chase the bikes. Off we go. Off we go.
Go on.
I'm not running over that thing. You know, must be bloody crackers. Right, that's it. So bruises washed. See a bit of the house. And that's it. Catch us all when I get back to the desk. Scruff needs a holiday.
Definitely.
And why do I need a holiday?
Because you keep leaving your keys in the car.
That's correct.
Not once, not twice.
Don't rub it in. I'm just getting old. I'm getting forgetful. Anyway, what would happen if I forget to pay your credit card bill? That would sort you out.
You wouldn't. I'd just go, Scruffy.
That's right. No, we've had a good walk around the woods. Had our lunch out, done everything. And then I've had a little panic attack while we were in the middle of the woods because I couldn't find my car keys. And I've left them here. I left them in the car. Car wide open. But it just goes to show how honest a place it is up here. Because the car's still here. Either that or it's a piece of shit and nobody wants it. But it is the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. And there's my Princess Leia. Right, I'm now going back to the chart. Oh, I feel so silly.
So that was our little day today. How good is that? You know, for a couple of hours work. That's what trading's all about, boys and girls. It's about freedom. So as always, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.